Hey guys, I have a special announcement. I am planning a trip. Can anyone guess where? No guesses? No one? That's right, Disney! Big surprise! Except this time, I am not going to Disney World in Orlando. I am going to Disneyland in California. I am so excited. I have never been to Disneyland before. I've never even been to California before. So I am so excited. So this trip is kind of a birthday present surprise for me, even though I do know about it now. I cannot wait to go. I'm so excited. So just like last time, I plan to vlog every single day of our trip. I'm really excited to do it. So please like and subscribe to my channel so I can continue to make awesome Disney videos for you guys. I also do some other things besides Disney, but hello Disney! So since this is my first time going to Disneyland, this is a whole new bag of worms. I've planned trips to Disney World before and can kind of do that in my sleep at this point. But taking on Disneyland was a whole new situation. So I thought that I would sort of do a Disneyland Planning 101 for first timers and go through the steps that I went through to plan my trip, and then we can see how it turns out in the end. Hopefully my planning pays off. So in the interest of keeping this strictly Disneyland, I'm not going to be making any comparisons to Disney World in that. I'm going to save that for a later video once I've already gone and I can properly compare the two. So first off is hotels. So like always, the choice is on-site or off-site. So Disneyland has 3 Disney-owned hotels. All of them are expensive. Very expensive. But the good news is there is a ton of hotels right around within walking distance to Disneyland that are the Disneyland Good Neighbor hotels. So essentially, Disneyland has given them their seal of approval saying that we think that they're good enough to represent us in some kind of way. So because most hotels in the area are walking distance to the park, it seemed for us the best choice to stay off-site and to save that money so that we could spend in the park. So we're staying at a hotel that is roughly 10 to 15 minutes to the parks. Now, also, if you're not familiar with Disneyland, both of the parks are super close together. It's kind of like Universal in Orlando, where you can walk from Universal Studios to Island Adventure. Everything at Disneyland is really concentrated. Both of the 2 parks, Disneyland and California Adventure, are right close together. You can see one entrance from the other. So with all of this in mind, it just made the most sense for us to stay off-site and save that money. Then the next thing you have to decide is what is the most important thing to you? Is it proximity or is it luxury? Because in my kind of searching for hotels, I didn't find one that was right close next to the park that was also a luxurious hotel, which is fine. So essentially, in the same price point, you can have hotels that are literally right next to the entrance, like literally right there. Or you can go a few blocks and get something that's a little bit more fancy. We decided that we wanted to stay at something a little bit more fancy just because we might be spending some time at the pool, so we wanted something that kind of had a nicer pool. And also, when we're down there, I'm going to be attending WonderCon for a little while, so we wanted something close to the convention center, which also is literally right down the street. Okay, so the next thing you might want to think about is dining reservations. Do you want to do any table service meals while you're there? There are character meals and some signature restaurants. There does seem like there's a lot of really good food at Disneyland. So because we personally were doing such a short trip, we decided against table service restaurants just because they do tend to eat up a little bit of time. However, if you are planning to, it does seem fairly easy to get the reservations you want, even day of. Maybe not everything, you might not get the time you want, but it does seem possible. Again, that's gonna fluctuate during peak seasons, so keep that in mind. So now you're gonna wanna get your tickets. Things you're gonna wanna think about is how many days are you gonna wanna spend in the park? Do you want to park hop? What time of year are you going? All these things will determine how much your ticket's going to be. Also keep in mind that ticket prices at Disneyland are on a fluctuating scale. Depending on what time of year you go will determine how much per day it is. Now because Disneyland, both parks are so close together, a hopper pass might be something that you want to consider. We decided to get it for this trip just because we're there for 3 days, so we want to be able to maximize our time as much as possible. And the hopper really allows you to do that because say on the last day, we decided that there's 2 things in Disneyland and 3 things in California Adventure we didn't get to do, we can cover them. We'll make sure that we see everything. Now in the past, at Walt Disney World, we've done the hopper and it's worked to our advantage and it's not worked to our advantage. So it'll be interesting to see if the hopper at Disneyland turns out to work for our advantage. Now Disneyland also offers a 1-day hopper pass. I think it's about $150, but with that, you get to go to both parks, which is really great if, say you only have 1 day. You only have 1 day, it'll give you a chance to see everything. Now, when you stay on site at one of the Disney-owned hotels, you get early access into the park. However, if you're staying off-site and have a 3-day or longer park ticket, then you get 1 magical morning. So for example, we have a 3-day park pass this time when we're going. And with that, we can choose 1 morning where we get to go into the park an hour early. So we're gonna use that on our last day because our last day is shorter, so this will help maximize our time in the park. So I believe we get to go into the park at 7 a.m., which is pretty fantastic. So the Fast Pass system at Disneyland works how the one at Walt Disney World used to work, where you take your ticket, you go to a Fast Pass kiosk, you put it in, and it gives you a return ticket. And you can take that return ticket and ride the ride at that time. I personally have never used the old Fast Pass system before, so heavy breathing. It's a little overwhelming to me. I'm like kind of nervous. Am I going to have to run and rush? I've kind of been spoiled and I've kind of got used to just picking it all on my phone and being ready to go. But let's see. It'll also give me a good chance to be able to compare the 2 systems. So Disneyland also has its own app. Very similar to the one at Disney World. You can pull it up and you can see all the attractions and the attraction wait times. When I'm in the parks, I normally use the Disney app in conjunction with the Touring Plan app and go back and forth between the 2 to figure out my day and to figure out the best thing to go to. And just normally I don't tend to wait in too many lines, so I'm pretty happy. So another thing I will say about staying off-site is Disneyland does offer their Good Neighbor package. So you can make an official Disney package while staying at one of the privately owned hotels off-site. Now I can't give you too much information on this because it's not the way we went, just because we packaged our flight and our hotel together off of another site. So financially it just worked out better for us to do it that way. But you can package it all together. So once I plan out all the logistics side of my trip, it's down to the fun part. I will normally take the app and I will go through all the different attractions and characters, and I will write down all the ones that I need to do, like the must-dos. And along with that, I'll also do that for food. So I will go through, and on the Disney app, you can go in and every restaurant, you can click on it and click on to view menu, and mostly everything will be listed there with prices. I also spend a lot of time on YouTube seeing what other people are eating and trying and doing to get ideas. I'm so happy that I found this Disney community on YouTube because it's helped me so much to plan my trips. And there's so many things that I've seen on YouTube that I would have never found on my own or never knew existed. So I'm so happy to have this sharing community. So I think one of the biggest tips that I can give anyone planning any Disney vacation is to know your audience. Know the people you're going with. Do you have small kids? Are you going with a bunch of really energetic adults? Are you going with maybe someone elderly? Know who you're going with and know what those limitations are. For example, the trip that I might take with my boyfriend is different than the trip that I would take with my mom. Don't overplan for the trip that you're taking. So I also just wanted to share with you guys this cute shirt. It says, "In my favorite place with my favorite person." And I got these for our last trip in January that I took with my mom, and I got us matching ones. They're from a shop called Once Upon a Mickey Tea. I will link their website in the description box below. Check them out. Really cute. They have really cute shirts, and everything is screen printed, which I personally much prefer to the iron-on, so it's actually painted on instead of an adhesive press-on. And super nice quality. The shirts are really soft and nice, and yeah, really sweet girl, so check her out. So because I've never been to Disneyland before, I would love if any of you have any good Disneyland tips to please leave a comment and let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm so excited and I can't wait to share with you my Disneyland vlogs once they're done. So make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below so when I do post my Disneyland vlogs, you'll be able to check them out. Also, all the vlogs for my January trip are already up on my channel. I will link those in the description box down below also. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.